My dad's a pastor. Go to my dad's house, and he married us in his dining room.
We actually started planning our wedding, but then he got furloughed.
When I walked in and seen that it was packed like that, and we actually had people standing up in the back, right then I was like, ooh.
Tossing and turning all night the night before my wedding. So I'm like, Lord Jesus, I'm gonna have bags of my pictures. I'm not gonna be together, Lord. I'm just like anxiety, okay?
I went dress shopping yesterday for the first time, just trying to get an idea of what I liked, and it's crazy because I could never see myself as a bride or in a wedding dress, and it was wild. So, for me, I think Joe supports me the most in my just professional life in general by pushing me to do more, to make sure I know that I'm worth more. I had a job for about 5 years that I worked my butt off every day for this job, but I hated it. And finally he was like, you know what, Victoria, you're worth more than that. You're better. You know, you deserve more, and you can apply yourself to more. And I was scared, but another reason why I love Joe is because he sees more in me. He sees the better parts of me, and I applied and I have a new job now. And I mean, I wouldn't have done that if it wasn't for Joe pushing me, for really pushing me, you know, and I know Joe has tough days at work.
Yeah, with me being a teacher, you know, by the time I come home, you know, my patience is done with. So she knows, you know, when I've had those rough days, she knows, you know, she'll ask me how my day is. And sometimes she knows that I don't want to talk about it, and she respects that. So, you know, sometimes it's just going about the normal day, just going to the gym and having dinner and not even speaking of work. And then she knows that's how to calm me down, just not even, don't even ask me about the kids.
Oh yeah, I think just knowing each other after so long, we know how, I guess, to help each other through the rough days at work, and when it's time to do more, to be better. I mean, when we need that little push, kick in the butt to do it, you know, we're there.
So for me, so he's a barber, and so for me, I just try to be supportive in any way that I can by either sharing the post or telling a coworker, anybody, like any man or guy that I come across, I know a barber, you know. So and then I mean, honestly, that's the best way. And then now he's in school, he's in barber school to get his license. So for me, I just, you know, in whatever way that I can, you know, help. I'm there. Whenever he does a raffle, I'll buy a raffle ticket. So yeah.
And she's going to help me even further now because it's going to be on so many different platforms. You can shop my Instagram name at
_Dapper.
Destin Designs. So how I support her, she's actually not even in her career yet. But so what I want to do, if the Lord bless and say the same, is pay for her entire schooling because she wants to be a teacher, which is going to lead to other windows of opportunity for her. So although she's not technically in her career, we're grooming her for where she's trying to go, even though we are where we are now. Hopefully that answers.
I think we're just super encouraging, and to not stay stagnant and to kind of grow, because it's easy to get comfortable. And I think also just being supportive of like change, because you know sometimes you don't want to do the same thing all the time. So just having that support. I know like whenever I get called on an interview or anything, Keenan like wants to pray with me, and you know, just super encouraging, because it can be easy to get defeated, especially if you don't get it, you know, like right away. So I think that's really how we've been super supportive. of each other.
Just that support, you know, whether we want to take a new leap into a new path or go into new investments, you know, we just always have been supportive. We pray about it and make it work.
Yeah.
Okay, so because we both work, I think we both do a really good job of just checking in with each other personally. Like as soon as one comes home, well, me come home now because he works virtual, lucky. And so as soon as he gets off of work or I'm home, we just, how was your day? Like, and that seems so like basic, but it's so like necessary, just to have a quick touch point there. And while I do believe in some regard in gender assigned roles in the traditional sense, I also believe in like skill sets too. Like, so if he has a skill set that's higher than mine in what would stereotypically be a woman's role, then he should do that, and vice versa. Case in point, he is really good at decorating. Like I call him Marcus Stewart. Like he really can put things together and all this stuff. It is lost on me.
That's low-key embarrassing, Kim.
It's not embarrassing. It is lost on me. I really can't, I appreciate aesthetics, right? But I don't know how to put them together. So our space, our home, like he's the mastermind, not me. But as far as like finances, like my mom's a banker, so I have a lot of skill sets that I just know to do. And so I more so manage like where things are going, right? And I think in a traditional sense, that would be like a man's role, right? But that's just like an example of like how we kind of just, you know, fit to like who's better at what. And I would say we're about equal in cooking. And so we kind of share that load, again, because we both work. And so I think it would be asinine of anyone to think that I'm the one that's supposed to do that every time when I go to work, just like he does. So we share that, and we also try to make moments to like bond in doing that, like, you know, cook a meal together and stuff like that. So
Yeah, as far as to address that question that you asked, though, is the man, the breadwinner, and all this stuff. I mean, just being real, what, 2 months in? 2 months in? Mm-hmm. 2 months into our marriage, I got fired from my job. So, I mean, if you go by that, then your identity as a man is low-key lost, you know what I mean? And so, I'm not gonna lie, I dealt with that, you know what I mean? Because, you know, I'm not pulling in any money. I'm not doing what a man should be doing. She going to work every day and all this stuff, and I'm sitting up at the house trying to find jobs. And so that was a tough time. But in that time, I had to realize, okay, the ebb and flow of you guys' relationship is between you all and God at the end of the day, you know? And if he honors that work that I'm doing at home, if I'm working at home, like I have a job, I'm cleaning up, you know, I'm making up the bed, or I cook or whatever, and applying for jobs on the side, then he'll honor that stuff. And not only will he honor that, but she'll see that too. And so eventually I just had to trust in that. It wasn't automatic. It wasn't. But it was something for me that was fulfilling to see over time, that I didn't have to stress as hard as I had been previously, you know. So I'm in a better position now, thank God. You know, I'm fully employed, and you know, we're doing pretty well for ourselves. So, you know, it worked out.
I think, so for work-life balance, I think I left my last job because I had no work-life balance. It was all work, and I think that impacted our relationship a lot. It was tough for a while because I didn't make time for my relationship. And now we have a routine. I get off at work at a decent time. We go to the gym, we make dinner together. I mean, now the work-life balance is there because Joe has helped me recognize you need a work-life balance, especially in the future if we're gonna have kids. If you gotta set that routine early. So think it's a lot better now. What about you?
I mean, for me, I keep my work at work, and when I come home, I don't touch work, I don't talk about work, and
It works.
Even on the weekends, I enjoy my weekend, and if I have work to do, I'll just wake up early on Monday to get it done.
But it works for us, I
Yeah,
think.
I think we found our...
Mm-hmm.
Us time, date night, like during the holidays, Keenan gets super, super busy. So, you know, not seeing him or talking to him all day because, you know, he's super busy at work. I think it's important just to like carve out time during the week for, you know, each other. Even if it's just, you know, saying like, tonight let's just get on the couch and watch a movie. I think that's really kind of helped us in our relationship.
Yeah, we just learn, you know, understand, you know, what each other wants and needs in a relationship. You know, I know how she is a very touchy person and she's a physical person. So just me being there and, you know, whether it be, like she said, chilling, watching a movie, I just know she just wants to be in my vicinity. So I just try to make that time, you know, for me and her, you know, as much as I possibly can.
For me, like she said, what I like to do, I just like to ask her how her day has been. Like, how you been? What's on your mind? Just to get the rigmarole of work out her head. So I'll do that. One other thing we do, or we've been trying to do, date night has been a little weird, but one thing we do is we capitalize on a movie night. So Tuesday or Wednesdays.
Tuesday.
Every Tuesday.
Because it's $5 Tuesday.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say, babe. So Tuesdays, most movie theaters have like these $5 specials going on. So we decided that we would just go to Studio Movie Grill on a random Tuesday, you know, just break the monotony of working and being tired. Let's go do something, pay $10 for a movie, get a bite to eat and just relax on the cheap, on the cool. But we still had a good time with one another. And we're also trying to incorporate more date nights on Fridays or do things more so on the weekend,
On
honestly.
Friday, so let me speak to that. So there's two things I want to say about that. One, time management help you have good work-life balance. Second, people who are in your life before you got married, they have to adjust to your new normal, right? And the way that you do that is keeping them informed on what is your new normal. And the people who are closest to me know that Friday's date night. So they rarely ask me to go anywhere or do anything because they know that's our time. And so just establishing those, you know, new norms and expectations just like for each other, but also like people who are a part of our lives as well.
I don't really see us like looking at, that's really funny that you mentioned that. I don't see us looking at celebrities as couple goals. I really do feel like we talk more about people we know.
Right, like family, friends that we see.
Just whether or not they're engaged, whether or not they're married, like just, I feel like we talk more about them than celebrities. Like I never really thought about that. I love Sierra and Russell, I really do. But I never look at them like that. Like, I don't think it impacts us. It's more about people we see on a daily basis, like, just doing it. And I'm just like, oh, they're really doing it. Like, they're couple goals, so.
For me, I don't really have a couple's goals because I know that marriage is not always good. I feel like social media only put out the good. Of course, you know, you have your good, you have your good and your bad, but I feel like, you know, we don't know what it took for them to get to where they are now. So I wouldn't say, for me, I don't have really couples goals. I feel like we are my couples goals because I feel like because I understand marriage. So I feel like once you understand marriage and the work that goes into it, then you'll have your own view on it. So I try not to, of course, you know, you still be happy for them, but I don't really get inspired by other marriages because I know the work that goes into it.
Both the man and the woman in the relationships are successful people. And it seems like, you know, from our point of view, we don't know them, but from our point of view, it seems like they gel together and, you know, they live as one and for each other. So I get it. But every couple is different. So we don't strive to be couple goals or, you know, a role model for this person or that. You know, we just try to be the best person for each other.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, I'm worried about her and her well-being, and she's worried about me. And we're working together to be one.
Yeah. I mean, I just think in this day and age, it's just, I feel like our generation is obsessed with Instagram. So it's easy to like put a picture out there to make it seem like, you know, this is the life that I want to live. But like something that I love about Chrissy and John Legend is their transparency through their marriage, and especially with the loss of her child, because that's something that we learned in premarital class. Like, those are things that can break a marriage if you don't have a supportive partner because of how hard it is on both the husband and the wife. So I really kind of, like what Keenan said, everybody's story is written differently. So to admire somebody that you only know through pictures is just kind of childish to me. Like, you know, the groundwork that goes into a relationship and a marriage alone is something to admire more in the process of marriage. So I mean, it's easy to see something on a picture and think that that's what you want and that's the type of life you want. But I mean, who knows what it's like to walk in their shoes? So, you know, I think this generation now like is obsessed with like Lil Baby and like his baby mama Jada, and I'm just like, you know, yeah, she gets all these Chanel bags, but like she was probably at home crying when all that stuff came out about him cheating on her. Like, she didn't post that, you know? So it's easy, especially with like this age, it's easy to become obsessed with things, you know? And my thing is, that Birkin bag ain't comforting you at night, girl, so.
My biggest thing with that is that it's not real, right? We don't know what's going on with these couples. We don't know their day-to-day lives. And so while couple goals is admirable, at least from, you know, the outside looking in, at the end of the day, would you really want some of the stuff that they're dealing with? Because, I mean, let's talk about John Legend and Chrissy Teigen. They just dealt with miscarriage. Like that, those things are not easy to deal with. And these are the real life situations that we all have to deal with. So the problem I have with it is that it's not really based on anything substantial at all. It's for likes and views and clicks and all this stuff. So that's the way I see it.
I totally agree. And like there's this saying that says, you don't wish for what others have because you don't know what they have to do to get it, and you don't know what they have to do to keep it. And just because of that fact alone, I don't have couple goals. We are our own couple goals. Do I believe couples should have goals? Yes. Should you have a couple goal? No. Like, you should have a mission and vision for yourselves as a couple. Like, what do you want to accomplish on this earth type goal? Yeah. But no, I'm not going to put other people who I don't know as the bar for what we should strive for.
You don't even know.
You don't know.
You don't even know.
And it's not to, you know, diminish them or their lives, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm sure they have beautiful aspects to their marriage and life, but that's them, you know? And not everybody subscribes to what we subscribe to. Like, we literally subscribe to a biblically sound, kingdom-based marriage. And that's not the only type of marriage out there, but that's the one that we subscribe to. So if anything, we get our couple goals from like what the word says we should be doing as a husband and wife. And we definitely heed wisdom from other couples, but no, we don't have
Ain't nobody trying to be
goals.
like nobody else.
No, we trying to be the first
just
us.
Make it real short and sweet. Ain't nobody trying to be like nobody.
No.
I think for me, it was just, you have to be happy within yourself first. Like, I can't depend on Keenan to give me the happiness that I need. Like, he adds to my happiness, but I feel like when you're coming into the relationship, you gotta kind of be set on who you are, because relationships can change you. So I really think knowing that you're happy with yourself kind of adds to the relationship.
One thing I would say, no relationship is perfect. Everybody's gonna go through things. Everybody's gonna have, a situation come up that, you wish would never happen. Nobody's perfect, but it's just about how you deal with it and, communication. Like I said, is the main thing. Be transparent. That's your partner. Don't hide anything from them. Just be transparent and, trust one another.
Yeah.
Very close to my family. I mean, with my parents. Like, I didn't want to leave my house. Like, I wanted to be with my parents.
I don't know how this is even able, because I even told her, I said, bro, like, it's like you love me too good. Like, it's unreal.
I'm watching TV. And so she goes, well, why don't you?
If you truly love them and want to be with them, then you'll do whatever you need to do to be able to, learn how to love them.